We've got a fine and warm week on the cards for many of the mountain regions. This is your fleeting view from Emwys. A quick look at the week ahead. Monday has low pressure toward the south of Britain. That's still circulating around and will do for a day or so further ahead yet. So some areas of rain and low cloud affecting the southernmost Pennines and into Wales at times through the day. We've got the risk of some heavier, even thundery bursts just moving across South Wales. The worst of this may well be confined to the southernmost counties of England, but just that risk for South Wales to be aware of. For the Peak District, one or two patches of rain moving westwards. The odd showery burst breaking up for a time may come back in again from the east later on in the day. Further north, the eastern side of the Pennines, seeing some fog and some low cloud first thing in the morning, will tend to break up. The Lake District generally a fine, clear day, and likewise across much of Scotland. Plenty of sunshine around, but just some local low cloud and fog banks around some coastal areas in northwest Scotland in the morning. Some of that may linger on the immediate coastal hills, but for much of the Highlands, a clear and warm day. A similar story onwards into Tuesday. Again, the risk of some local fog banks around some northern coastal fringes, but most of the mountains in the clear. Higher summits generally above any of the lower level fog where it does exist. A typically dry day all the way across the country, a very low risk of an isolated shower, Dumfries and Galloway, perhaps across Wales during the afternoon, but the greater risk of rain or thunderstorms is confined toward the far south of England. Some low cloud around Pennine areas and Wales early in the morning will tend to lift and break up, increasingly sunny skies developing across northern England and North Wales as the day goes on. South Wales may just struggle a little bit though. A fine day in prospect for Wednesday with plenty of sunshine around for most places. Just a risk of some mistiness coming in from the North Sea onto eastern areas from the borders, the Cheviots down to the eastern side of the Pennines. Should lift and break up, but could just linger in some of those more immediate coastal parts of southeast Scotland for a time. Very low risk of an isolated pop-up shower for the Lake District in West Wales, but I would suggest most places dry right the way through the day. We still have something of an easterly drift later in the week, but winds are typically very light, and some increasingly warm and more humid air is just being drawn slowly into the picture in the later part of the week, and eventually that may bring a greater risk of some showers or even thunderstorms as we head towards next weekend. The risk of a local pop-up shower is focused on Wales, I would say, for Thursday. Elsewhere, most likely dry. Again, some extensive sunshine to be found, just some early morning mist patches in a few spots, mainly toward the east. Not a huge amount changing on the chart toward the weekend and a lot of uncertainty at this distance, but it's just that increasing risk of some showers breaking out, mainly across western regions. Wales perhaps is the soonest risk of seeing these, but the Lake District in western Scotland may just start to see a few isolated showers or a very localised thunderstorm form into the afternoon. We'll look at that in more detail in Tuesday's full planning video. That's been your fleeting view. Thanks for watching.